Hey Megan, just looking at your poster. I was kind of messing around with it. I think maybe making this a little larger, centering this a little bit more, and bringing it a little closer together is a good idea. You're going to have to move all this down probably, but the only way you'll be able to do that is if you make these smaller. These could be quite a bit smaller, and all of your logos could be quite a bit smaller. And I would make all the logos roughly the same size, and then keep these off to the right and then this off to the left for some separation, like like I have here. The northern logo could be shrunk down and maybe centered. And I would just put this on one line maybe. I mean, I kind of like it being tilted, but there's just like not that much room. So it's kind of a matter of how much room is there, you know. If you put it on one line, there's going to be a little bit more room. I would keep it away from, you know, line things up nicely and keep it away from the top. But maybe something like this. And then obviously, you know, put these on one line, make the text smaller. I would keep it the same font size, same font type, and same color with these two things, those two text boxes. And these can be a lot smaller. I would say with this, I made it white. I'll show you how to do that. So you go to the links panel, control click on that, right click. You can also do it right on the actual logo too. Right click. Why is it not working? Let me select it first and then right click. Okay, so select it first, right click, edit with Photoshop. So this is going to be in, you know, if we go to image mode, it's in grayscale, which is fine because it's a black and white image. So originally it looks like this. But if you have a grayscale image, it's really fast to just open it in Photoshop and then do Command I. And it'll invert it. So anything that's black, it'll make white, or anything that's white will become black. So we can just file save. So do a Command I or Control I with a Windows machine, and that will automatically update your file. Let's see. I didn't save it as white. I saved over, but we'll save it again. Oops. Command Z. I did something goofy here. Command I, Command S, or Control on a PC or Windows. Go in here, and it's saying it's broken, but if I do a refresh, it'll bring it in, and it should be white now. What happened here? Let's look at it in Photoshop real quick. I kind of goofed it up. I don't know what I did. And my Photoshop has not been good lately, so it's been really, like, it's been doing this a lot ever since I updated it. So let's try this. Okay, so it did turn white. So just open it in Photoshop and do Command I and then save over the old file. And if you have to refresh it, just do a refresh on the link by clicking on it and pushing the refresh button, which looks like a circle. And I would image trace this and copy paste it directly from Illustrator into InDesign. I do go over that in one of the videos in Brightspace, so if you need to reference either week 13, 14, 15, somewhere around in there, there is a video where I go over some of the basic stuff like that. I did provide you with a white logo. You can experiment with that, although I think the color logo looks pretty good on here. So I think everything, if you can get it kind of looking a little bit more like this, of course fixing this area, I think that would be successful. And maybe just make sure this is centered. This line and this line should be roughly the same width and everything. And this, don't get these logos too close to your graphic. You could even maybe put these down here and use up this space here, and then that would allow you to bring this up in size. So anyway, I'll leave the rest to you, but I think, you know, definitely make sure to check your links, make sure they're in CMYK, make sure they're, or grayscale, if they're black and white, and that the effective PPI is above 300. So your Streetery logo at this size is not good. You can edit it in Photoshop too and just take out the white background and then do a Command I on it, make sure it's in grayscale, and then, you know, save a file out with a transparent background, which would be a Photoshop file, or a PNG, and, you know, you could relink it or just do a file place and bring in that new logo that you make from Photoshop, unless you want to do the image trace in Illustrator. You have several options there. So anyway, we'll talk to you soon.